Just curious about Jacoby Hewitt. I know he had a touchdown pass in the last scrimmage. Just what are you seeing from him in his recovery and in his development?
Young guy. He had the setback with the ACL last year, so he's getting back to the swing of things. And as long as he keeps progressing, hopefully he has a chance to get in there and help us and add some depth to that room.
All right, Matt and John Blau.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Good.
Coach Allen, on a couple different occasions, has mentioned Javon Winnton as a guy who's come in and made a good impression. As his position coach, what have you seen from him, and what has he been able to do to kind of make that transition as smooth as he has so far?
Well, the biggest thing is he's a smart kid, so he's come in and he's picked it up. Now he has his freshman moments where it starts piling up on him really quick, but for the most part, he knows what to do. And so now just trying to clean up some of his technique and trying to get him to understand that the pace of the game that he's about to get into is a lot different than he had when he was in Virginia. So but he has the ability to make plays. It ain't always pretty, but he finds a way to get to the ball, and he has really good hands. So just trying to get him to understand the pace of the game, how physical the Big Ten can be. And as he progresses, I think he's going to be really, really good.
All right, John, then Zach.
You've talked about Tyfry Fogel. It's just a guy, even his freshman year, you were hoping, you had that 4-game rule back then, so you'd have more time with him. But with this choppy offseason, how much do you feel like he's been able to progress towards the goals you have for him as a player?
Ty, he's exactly where he needs to be. He's worked his butt off in the offseason, even though he wasn't here. Down in Mississippi, they really didn't think it was real, so he was out there working out. Getting his work in. So every day I talked to him when he was at home, he was outside working out. So he's exactly where I need him to be, and I expect big, big things out of him this year.
All right, Zach, then Dylan.
Matt asked about Javon Winnton, and I guess looking at his film, it seemed like he kind of moved all over the field in high school. I know he's kind of got an interesting body type as a guy who's 6'2", and seems like he has the athleticism to kind of move around. Where do you think kind of he can make – if he does kind of continue the way that he's going in his progress right now, where I guess kind of among the receiver positions do you think he can make an early impact? Or is he a guy that you could move around a little bit?
No, he's not. He's not to the point where I can move him around too much, just because the volume of offense would be way too much for him right now. Now, I do see being able to do that later on in his career. But right now he's focused on one spot, and it's kind of behind Miles or Fry. But I think he's starting to get comfortable. Like I say, he's starting to understand exactly what we want, not just knowing what route he has, but starting to understand that the spacing we want, why he needs to be at certain places, how to attack DBs. But it's still a work in progress. The things our defense is doing out there, every day I'm having to go back and recoach something because they're giving us 1,000 different looks, which is good. But for a young kid, it's a lot. But he's doing good, and he just keep mushing on, and he just keeps progressing.
All right, Dylan, then Stefan.
Hey, Coach. Just with the season Wob was able to have last year, do you expect that he might see some more double teams this year? And if so, kind of how he's going to be able to beat those, or what he could do to open up other parts of the offense?
Yeah, in my mind, hopefully we got enough good pieces around him where they can't do that, where they still have to respect everybody else. But we have the ability to move him a lot of different places, get him where they got to think about trying to double him, where he's going to be at. So we got to be creative on offense to make sure he gets some touches, but not overwhelming where he plays slow, because his attribute is playing fast. That's who he is. And so, like I said, as long as we got enough pieces around him, I think Ty, Miles, are running backs. Definitely when we get David Ellis involved in that, they got to respect everybody, and they can't say, hey, stop this one guy. So they want to take him away. Other people got to step up.
All right, Stefan, then Matt.
Coach, you just mentioned there a little bit about David Ellis. I know he moved more so to running back now, but where do you still see him kind of fitting in that receiving group and what he can do with his offense?
Still, he's in the running back room, but I think it just gives us more opportunity to give a guy that's explosive different ways to get him touches because now they truly got to respect him as a running back because we will hand him the ball. And now where's he going to be at? So if we flex him out, he can get matched up on a safety or a linebacker. And we think we got good advantage there because him being a year with me, he's learned how to run routes. So I think we can utilize him in a big part in our offense. And he's just he's a good weapon to have because you can put him anywhere you want.
All right, Matt, then we'll wrap up with John Blau.
Coach, obviously you got in Wob and Ty and even Miles, 3 guys who've seen quite a bit of playing time, and even you mentioned David Ellis has been over there. Are you starting to get guys behind them, getting that depth that you're looking for, and which guys in your eyes are stepping up?
There's probably about six guys fighting for those backup roles, and we got another week before we really got to start making tough decisions. So right now, just still trying to see who's going to go out there and compete, who understands what we're trying to do, and who can do it at a high level and make plays. So right now, just still trying to figure that part out. But the pool is good. I feel good about it. And whoever it is, I think they're going to be good contributors to our team.
Quick follow-up. Ideally, how many guys would you like to have to make you feel comfortable on game day that you can feel, throw out there and know that they can do the job?
5 at a minimum. And the reason why I say 5 is because Miles and Fry, they can move around. Wob, those guys are all interchangeable. So basically, I look at those guys as 2 and 1s. 6 or 7 would be the ideal number. But you know how this game goes, injuries. If injuries happen or something, then I'd probably say something different. But ideally, 6 or 7 would be the ideal number that I'd like to go into a game with.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, John, last one.
Miles Marshall's a guy who obviously got some playing time last year. I mean, how much does that benefit him in terms of his experience, and how much has he grown, do you feel like, from just last year to what he can be?
Yeah, he's grown a whole bunch because now he knew going into this offseason what to expect. The best teacher is game experience. Like practice is one thing and practice is good, but games are different. And so for him to be able to get in there and have success when he got in there, I think it has helped him just to understand that, for one, that he can play at this level, and 2, the things he has to work on to continue to get better. So he's done an awesome job. Like I said, he knows the whole offense, and he's just valuable because I can move him around, and he's a smart guy, so he can do a bunch for us. So nothing gets him frazzled. He's just a steady Eddie. Him and Fry are just like steady Eddie. Sometimes I don't know if they have a pulse. I got Wob, who's an Energizer bunny, but those two are just steady, nose to the grindstone, and just work and just go out there and make plays.